Quantum Brewing, I love the logo, the location. It's me, science. Yeah. Just the beer was terrible.
Hey guys, I'm Brian. This is Khalil.
We are Beers of a Feather, a show that brings great questions
with even better brews. Today we are at Quantum Brewing in San Diego, California. Today we are with the owner and brewmaster and all the above, jack of all trades, Dr. Beaulieu.
Dr. Beaulieu.
Beaulieu. I was so close this time. Beaulieu.
Just say Martin. We're good.
Mr. Martin. This is Martin.
Man, I really appreciate having us out here. This is
thank you for coming.
This is really cool. I love the idea behind the name and you being your history, and we'll go into that, but just all about, the periodic table to, you got Shelton over here and you got math equations, and it's just such a great themed brewery that I was so glad that you said, come on down.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming. And so I always have an opportunity to talk about my beer. That's always, it's what I do. That's why I do this, so.
Nice. I'm so excited to start trying some of these beers. Just the simple fact that science meets beer. I know that beer is an actual science to it, but to have an actual scientist with a PhD that just knows what he's doing, knows how to mix all these different flavors and all these different malts and hops. And I'm just so excited to try some of these beers, guys. Let's go ahead and try this.
Yeah, super exciting.
I want to try, start with the light beers. Like I have a cream ale here.
Yeah. Let's go with the cream ale. So this one is going to be the Quantum Creamin'.
You swish it around your mouth.
So it's not the same as Cali Creamin', which is a vanilla cream ale. This is a straight up cream ale.
No.
I make one with blueberry. It's not on tap right now, but I have a blueberry cream ale as well. I call it blueberry pie with the pie sign.
You have that on your website, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Blueberry pie. Yeah. This one's really good. Really, really good. Very refreshing.
It's a cream ale.
Yeah. It's very easy to drink. It goes down very, very smoothly. Yeah. I like that it's sweet, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah, it's an ale. So it's an ale in a lager. So this beer type is one of the only beer type that essentially have two types of yeast. An ale and a lager. So the lager makes it more crisp, and the ale makes it more sweet, more body to it.
Yeah.
To me, it's the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. I like that. I definitely like that.
I like that. So what got you started in brewing beer?
Actually, it's an interesting story. As you know, I got a PhD in biochemistry. In my undergrad, second year of undergrad in university, was studying biochemistry. My college professor asked us for a semester to go in team of two and create an enzymatic assay. $100 budget. Well, that was like 35 years ago, so that's not much. And we could do whatever we want, so long as we created an enzymatic assay, which is basically a chemical test using an enzyme.
So you got that home brewing kit, huh?
So yeah, well, basically, the story goes is that we said $100. We spent $10 on the alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme for the test, but we spent $90 on a beer kit. We bought a beer kit. We made a beer, and during fermentation, we took samples, right? That we had a day, put in the freezer. At the end, we created our enzymatic test to measure alcohol. So we measure alcohol on these samples. So we had a nice chart, So that was the science part. Good, got an A on this class, all right. But the main thing is my buddy wasn't into beer making. Yeah. So I kept the beer kit.
Oh.
I got my first beer kit for free, paid by the university. Can't believe they fell for that. I would make a batch, a 5-gallon batch in college, and I would invite my buddies when I was ready. Of course, in college, free beer.
Yeah.
One night, all gone.
All right.
And I was like, how can I make it last longer? right? So I said, but I was cheap. I was a college student.
Yeah.
So I would do the same little kit with extracts, and I would buy a kilo of sugar for like $1 at the time and put it in the boil, right?
Yep.
So you would raise the alcohol. That's the biochemistry mindset.
Right.
So it was really strong, really off. It was pretty terrible, but
But it would get the job done at
the
college
job
level.
got college level, and still one night all gone. But he got the girls drunk. That was the point.
It's a good time.
And I kept making beer since then. At some point, I started making it from the grain, using grain. At some point, I was even growing my own hops. So
Oh, nice.
I really love gardening, so I put the two together. So yeah, it's been a lifetime making beer at home.
See,
One day I said,
I like that. It's from the seed all the way to the glass.
Yep.
You had a full system. That is understanding from soil pH all the way through to the beer.
right.
And that is really cool. That's really cool. You liked it.
I love it. It's really good.
All right, I think I should do
I should do that seltzer.
the seltzer
Called
first.
Project Seltzer, which is the best base beer for the other one.
All right. So project.
This is a cross between a beer and a seltzer.
Okay.
So I brew it. I brew only 2 bags of base malt. So you see a little yellowish color that's from the malt. Gives it a bit more body than a seltzer. But also when I brew it, I push that malt extract into the kettle after mashing it. And then I add glucose. A seltzer basically is just glucose and water that you boil. You put yeast nutrient and you ferment that, and you add, a synthetic or flavor. But in this case, instead of that, I use some malt and then I complete it with glucose and water. So it's really a cross between a beer and a seltzer.
Nice.
So it's less calorie than a beer, but a little, but more flavor than a seltzer.
It's so. I'm so conflicted. It's so light. Like it is so light. This is
6.6%.
See, there you go, right?
Oh.
This it tastes like a real light without the ginger. Like there's no I don't get a ginger hint from it. But as like some if you went to go get seltzer beers and it's gonna have ginger to it, right? Well, they call it ginger beer. And this is so light and crisp and refreshing. At 6, you can get in a lot of trouble with this thing when it's
6, yeah.
you can get in a lot of
And that's because there's some base malt that provides nutrients for the yeast. So when brewing a seltzer, a pure seltzer, it's actually pretty hard because the yeast doesn't like that, just water. It needs nutrients, not just sugar, to grow and ferment.
Yeah.
And it needs a buffer for the pH. A seltzer, if you brew a seltzer without putting anything to control the pH, it will go down real fast because the CO2 that's released during fermentation. And then the yeast doesn't like it below 4, so it dies off. So you have to constantly monitor and add nutrients and potassium carbonate.
Nice.
This I don't have to because the malt provides that.
So since I don't get a chance to try this one as of right now, is that is that the flavor you're going for? The malt? The malty
So
flavor?
there's a little malty, and I put a little hops, but you don't get the bit, not just enough to give it a zing, but no bitterness.
Okay.
It's really light beer.
This is, I literally feel like I just went to the grocery store. I got myself some salsa water, flavored salsa water.
Yeah.
Right? It is so refreshing. Hot day, refreshing beer, seltzer beer. Again, it's in the middle. What is this? What is this? Man, this is fun. This is really fun. I think that I think everybody should have this in the refrigerator for friends that come over. If you don't like wine and you don't like beer, I can guarantee they're gonna like this.
Or
This one.
they should go for the red
Which
velvet.
is the same
seltzer.
base beer.
Yeah.
And I had the red velvet cake extract.
Look at the
You
color.
can smell it.
Color on that.
Yeah.
That is just amazing. I'm so excited to try this one.
You want to smell it too. You can smell the red velvet.
Oh, yeah. Just like cake.
It's my holiday beer. I designed it for a holiday 3 years ago for Christmas. It was supposed to be seasonal.
Oh, my God.
But then in January, people will yell at me, "Where's the red velvet?" I'm like, "That was
I can see
seasonal."
why.
No, I keep it on tap because
So every brewery that we go to, I try a beer that he doesn't get to try. He tries a beer that I don't get to try sometimes. And my immediate go-to, like when I find a beer that everybody's going to like, I say, Brian, you have to try this one.
Yeah, I'll get one afterwards.
You have to take a growler, take it home to your wife. She'll love it.
I got so many beers now. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Sometimes I have guys who say, "Can I have a growler of this? Is for my wife."
Yeah, right?
I'm like, dude, you're not even married.
Just own up. It's such a great beer. Just be like,
yeah,
I'm
like,
going to get a growler of
it's
this.
good. Like, you're going to like it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I taste the red velvet. I taste it's like, you're right, but it's like, so it's from that one. So it's the base, the other base seltzer.
That's the base
That's
that
the base.
has more base and more malt to it.
Yeah.
Makes the flavor come out better than a regular seltzer.
I taste both. It's like beery, but it's like a seltzer as well. And the red velvet is just so sweet.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
Yeah.
Because this is such a great base, and I can only imagine it. And it's fun watching creations off of like one-offs like this from something, because, and especially when it takes off with your local customers that come in, they're like, oh, bring it back, right? Because it keeps you going. You're like, oh man, I made something fun. They liked it. Let's keep going. And then you're going to try something new with something. And these little one-offs off of a great base. This is fun. And I can only imagine that one.
This one to me tastes more like a beer than a seltzer.
Okay.
But it's so good. I still taste the seltzer side in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do feel the seltzer in this one with the malty. It's really kind of, it's like I said, it's fun. You're just right in this gray line. What is it? I love it.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
You might want to move on to the Belgium White, which is a lighter. So it's like a Blue Moon, but it's my version of it, basically.
Nice.
I put orange peel, coriander, and ginger in this one.
So if you like Blue Moon, you might want to try the white.
Yeah, well, it's, in my opinion, it's all better.
It's always better. It's craft brewery. Or craft brewing.
I'm sorry. I actually, this is fun. You get the orange notes right off the bat. Like as you're bringing it up, the nose of this beer, you get that citrus right off as it's coming up. Blue Moon, they put an orange in it. This one, you don't need to do that. You get that orange. You get the citrus coming to your face.
Yeah.
Old fashioned, same thing, right? If you get somebody that doesn't do the rim with the orange and stuff to zest it, it just throws it off. I feel you're right. Blue Moon, I'm sorry. You don't need to add an orange to this. I do feel like with theirs, you do. I do feel like with theirs, you do. I think they keep it too light and they don't just take
And
that
there's
step.
more of a spice taste to it. Put a bit more coriander. I have some coriander and ginger, but it's more the orange that comes more.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Nice. So, Quantum Brewing has been open since 2014, correct?
Yeah.
And you decided to take over around 2016. So you have been in business, head brewer, owner, CEO of Quantum Brewing for about 7 years now, right?
That's right.
Janitor, everything.
All of the above, right? You do everything here.
I decided to buy the brewery when I decided to quit my biotech career because I was not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Right. The politics and the BS, that happens in a corporate environment. And Quantum Brewing, I love the logo, the location. It's me, science.
Yeah.
Just the beer was terrible at the time. And I said I can fix that.
I like the honesty.
And so, previous owners, they did not invest. They didn't quit the day job, and that's not a good idea. You can't do both, and so they cannot be consistent.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to do this full time, and I'm going to keep optimizing my recipes. So if somebody came 7-8 years ago and decided never come back again, I can understand. But that beer is completely different now.
Yep.
Nice. So the beer is better, the owner's better. Well, let's go ahead and try the next one. This one is the 650 nanometers. I know you have a whole just on how you came up with this name. How did you come up with his name?
Well, 615 nanometers.
Because I like red ales, and so I'm automatic.
The red L, so that's the hint, right? It's a red L, and 615 nanometers is a unit of measure. It's the wavelength of the calorie red. In that range is the calorie red.
I taste the malts. Yeah, that's like one of the first tastes that I taste here. I like that.
Yeah. He likes multi beers.
I do. This one's really good. Very earthy, very malty.
Right.
I mean, you just off of what we're seeing here, knowing from where the brewery came from, and this is my first time here, so I'm sorry about that. But in a way, I'm not, because I get to really enjoy this environment. We're like in a private event right now. This is great. And as I'm drinking these beers and I'm listening to Khalil and you talk about the beers that he has, you do have a beer for everybody. And you have a beer for people that don't like beer, honestly.
That's right.
And I'm going to go back to this.
That's exactly what I say when people come in as a group, and there's always someone they come as a group for an event, and then like, oh, I don't drink beer. You might want to try the red velvet cake. Doesn't taste like beer.
Yes.
And it's really nice to see somebody who just said that decides to order one after tasting it.
Yeah.
So that's something that you don't get when you work for somebody else.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a nice rush right there. Just having people enjoy your beer, enjoying the flavors and all the science that you put into it, all the hard work that you put into it. Like that must be a great feeling.
Yeah. Doesn't pay much, but I'm happy.
What do we got next?
I can't read upside down.
Boron brown.
Oh, the brown.
Boron brown.
I'm excited about this one. I've been really starting to get a kick on browns. I'm absolutely enjoying the browns and the black lagers, and just really doing our show has opened me up to a whole plethora of beers in the craft industry here in San Diego that you don't get just going to the store and grabbing a 6-pack of something and coming in. And so my tirade here, I'm really excited. When I saw it over there, I was like, ooh, yes, the brown. So cheers.
Where do you get that name, Boron Brown? I'm guessing that's somebody famous or something.
Boron is boron. That's an element that's very important in quantum physics. I don't know if you watched the show Chernobyl, that old series.
Yes.
When Chernobyl exploded, what did they do to calm the reactor? They dumped tons of boron. Boron it alleviates the nuclear. It slows down the nuclear reaction.
Okay.
It's very important. It absorbs the nuclear reaction. So that's how they control the nuclear reactor too. They have boron rods coming in the reactor to slow it down, and and then they pull them back to go get more energy. So boron is a very important element, and actually that's my logo.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So you see there's 5 electrons?
Yes.
Yeah.
And boron, number 5. That's the boron atom.
Okay. All right. I like that.
I'm sorry to my science teacher. I should have known that.
Yeah.
This is really good. And as you were talking, hold on a second.
But I don't put any boron in it.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Might explode, huh?
It's a very flavorful, full-bodied beer. Like browns, you get that. You're gonna get more, as I call them, a meal. You're getting flavors. You're getting
the roasted malt.
The malt's just you're getting, when you're breathing, you're getting that aftertaste, and it's just a fun experience. But I've noticed with yours is that I don't feel heavy after I'm drinking it. So I feel like it's still lighter on me, where I can, I'll drink a couple of these and be real happy, versus sometimes I'll have one that's super flavorful, but you can kind of feel heavy afterwards. It fills you up right away. I feel like this one's not going to ruin my dinner, where I'm like, I just have my beer and now I'm not going to have any room for.
But the brown is it's a universal food pairing type of beer, actually. It goes with any food. If you're not sure, if you have dinner, you're not sure, that's a good match for food.
Oh,
any food, yeah.
Nice.
I did learn something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same as an IPA, would the hops will accentuate the spice, so spicy food. With an IPA, it will taste more spicy, and the spice will make the beer taste more bitter. It interacts like that, yeah.
That does make sense.
Sounds good.
That makes a lot of sense.
Speaking of IPA, do you want to? That one's IPA, right?
Yes.
You want to go ahead and try that one?
Yeah.
Back to back, baby.
The double. This is the
That's a
double.
double. All right. This is the.
So I use Citroen Mosaic in this beer.
Ooh, yes.
I like both. Of those hops.
Oh, yes.
I like both of those hops.
This is going to be probably my go-to beer.
You want to trade?
No.
Which one is this called again?
Fissile material.
Fissile material. Fissile.
That's... You're going to have to get a... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? I get the hops, but it's...
Yeah, there's fair amount of crystal malt. Gives it the color and that flavor
Yeah. Yeah.
to balance it out.
Oh,
So
it
it's
is
not
so
the
cool.
typical West Coast as much because it's not as dry. A West Coast IPA, sometimes it's so too dry, so then it's the bitterness just stick in your mouth for a long time.
Okay, that's what it is.
Just balance it out a bit better.
You get the hops. You absolutely get that hops taste.
But then
It's clear.
up.
It's
Yeah.
like that. It's so cool. And as you drink it, it's not on the flavor palette. So IPAs, like we were talking, they kill your taste buds after a while. Like you're just like, now everything
Sure,
just
like,
tastes like
yeah, it depends. Right? They'll do the same.
like
Yeah.
we go with like the West Coast, you know, we got the triples and the quads, and you're like, oh my gosh, how many? What can we do here? This is you get all the flavor notes. I can get the mosaic. I love mosaic. But it clears out so fast that each time I can.
It's not overpowering.
No, it's just drink. You get that IPA hoppy taste, and then gone, and then and again repeat, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
This is it's not sticking on my tongue.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to sit here and go, okay, well, I'm going to have some salsa with my chips, and now my salsa's like, oh, this is burning my tongue. It sits further in the back of my throat versus burning the front of my tongue, like a lot of real hoppy
Yeah.
do. Mm-hmm. So this is a fun. This is my go-to here. This will be my go-to. I can
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good beer.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try this one. This one is the Singularity Stout, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers on your last one, man.
Cheers, brother. I love stouts. So
That one is a very complex beer. There's over
Stout.
8 different ingredients, including chocolate malt.
I taste the chocolate.
So there's no chocolate in it. It's just a malt type that has been roasted like a chocolate and gives it some kind of a dark chocolate flavor to it.
I like the flavor to this one because you're right. I do taste like so many different flavors to this. I taste the chocolate. I taste the malts. This one is this one like naturally like a Irish oatmeal stout?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I taste I taste all of that. So good.
You're really good on the stouts, pulling out the different
Oh man.
notes that's in there.
Yeah.
And this goes back to the whole reason, like every time I talk about brewers, I call you guys mad scientists. And now to be here with a scientist, I'm here with the mad scientist.
Yeah.
The absolute ability to make flavor palettes from just the ingredients, not adding the flavor. So depending on the hops I'm using, depending on what temperatures I'm using, depending on my process, I can give you different flavors. And it is absolutely, it's a science. And I don't want to keep throwing that in, even though we are in Quantum Brewing.
Right.
Brewing. But you have this, your double IPA here is a masterpiece. For an IPA drinker, this is absolutely a really cool beer. This is my first IPA that I've had where it clears that fast. I've never had an IPA like this. This is a one of a kind for sure.
All right. I gotta try that one.
So you gotta prove me wrong. Come drink this double IPA
It's all material.
and tell me I'm wrong, that this thing doesn't hit you with those hops and clear out at the exact same time. It's like a rocket ship, man. This is fun. This is a fun beer.
Yeah.
And then this thing here.
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
It's so good.
It's smooth. I don't over hop it.
Yes.
No, you don't have to put a lot of hops in every beer, even though you're in San Diego. That one is really smooth.
So smooth. I absolutely love this one. It tastes all the flavors. Is there anything else about Quantum Brewery that you want the viewers to know when it comes to like events and different things that you have going with the brewery?
Well, we have a great place, about a 1,200 square foot tasting room. We can have groups. We can have semi-private or private events. We got several TVs and one that's hooked up to HDMI, an HDMI outlet, 100-inch, so people can have presentations. So if you have a group, you want to do something, you want to present something, you can use a projector. Can have the music you want, so we can reserve the room, private or semi-private. It's a great venue for that. I have several meetups here, so I just give me a call, and we'll provide what you need for your event.
Sounds good.
Hey guys, Beers of a Feather, Brian Khalil with Martin, and enjoy. Come by, double IPA.
Quantum Brewing has joined the flock.
Yes.
Thank you, Martin. I appreciate you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you for coming, guys.
All right.